Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, I see so many of the youth that I work with during the week at different ILSP locations, and I'm so glad that you're here. First, I want to say that I am so excited to be here on this morning. It's special for a number of reasons, but I want to thank everyone, all of the names that were mentioned, Michelle, Detective Jackson, Don, Tim, everyone that had a part to make this amazing day happen. I also want to thank my family, wave your hand, that's here today. Thank you for coming and supporting me. And another reason I'm really excited today is my birthday. Woo! So what better way to spend my birthday than to be here with my family, all of those that are in foster care and those that are helping foster care happen. So I think I need to walk and talk because to stand here is going to be really odd for me. So I'm going to remove this microphone. I'll hold my iPad and I'll tell you next slide. All right. So my purpose today is not to tell you what to do, nor is it to tell you what not to do. Because you hear that all the time, right? Do this, don't do that. Do this, don't do that. But what I am here to do today is to purposely help you to understand and to empower you on your journey. Your journey to be your absolute best. Your journey to be your authentic self, your true self, to live your highest self. And so from that, what I say is that anything is possible. Absolutely anything is possible. I want to encourage you to not settle, but to dream really big. Not just big, but to dream really big. What I know about every one of you sitting in these seats is that you have great potential inside of you. I'm getting a little feedback on the microphone, so I'm not sure what's happening there, but I'm sure they'll adjust that. It sounds like it's vibrating a bit. Thank you. And so I want you to know that while you're sitting here, you have companies inside of you, you have great ideas, you have concepts, you have new ideas, you have potential, you have talents that you have never, ever used. And they're sitting right there inside of you. Thank you for the adjustment. You're sitting right there inside of you. So today, as your dream coach, I'm going to tell you to dream big and that everything and anything is possible. I know that anything is possible because I'm standing here today. I wasn't supposed to be standing here. According to one of my foster care parents, she said to me, and this is how she said it. I'm not sure how we got to this conversation. I don't remember, but this is what she said. She said, you're not going to amount to anything. You're just going to be another foster care statistic. So what she meant was that I was going to repeat the cycle of trauma, drama, pain, and negativity that I was born into. But guess what? She was so wrong. I don't know who she is or where she is today, but I'd love to tell her, thank you. Because saying that at that young age helped me to realize I needed to be the opposite of what she said I would not become. So when I talk about dreaming big, what does that mean? Let's look at an example. If you decide to be a veterinarian, and so you go to school and you work on your degree and you get your license and your certification, everything that you need to be a veterinarian. Then you get a job at a veterinarian hospital, right? So at that hospital, you're working there, you're doing really good. How many have been to Berkeley, no, it's actually El Cerrito. It's on San Pablo Avenue, and it is on Fairmont. They have what they call the food truck The food trucks come on Wednesday night, and there are food trucks there that come from a lot of different locations between Berkeley and El Cerrito. And so there's already a restaurant in one of those cities. But they decided, okay, wow, let's capitalize on this. Let's make sure that those people are there. We also want to get more people. And so the strategy is, you can't come to us, we will come to you. So they decided to do food trucks in Berkeley. So me, I look at everything. I'm looking at everything for an idea. I'm looking at everything to find out how I can do it better, how I can use it, how it can apply to me. So when I thought about this being a vegetarian, you have to dream of being a veterinarian. You've completed it, and now you're working at a veterinarian hospital. But how can you make that dream bigger? You can make that dream bigger by getting a mobile medical unit for animals, which means you can drive to different communities, you can drive to different neighborhoods, and you can offer services for animals, whether it's grooming, shots, cleaning, whatever happens for animals, you can do it there. Now, if we want to supersize that dream, what we do is that then we hire someone else and buy another medical unit for animals, and they take one part of the city and you take the other part of the city. That's what it means when I talk about dreaming big. I work with a number of youth, not just in foster care, but both in foster care and out of the foster care system. And there is something that I have observed and I found. How many have had the experience of riding BART? That can be an interesting ride. Oh yeah. You can hear some interesting conversations. You can see some real interesting things on BART. I take BART just about every day into San Francisco. And yesterday I was on BART and I heard one of those interesting conversations. But in my work with youth, I have found out that, and this is a general term, okay, that there are two groups of youth. One is a group that somehow have been conditioned and numbed by things that have happened, and they don't have any dreams, they don't have any expectations of life. It's like they've been put into a state of being tranquilized. You know how when you have a cell phone and you only have 2 bars, you don't get good reception? And when you try to upload something, it takes forever. The little circle goes around and around and says, Loki, Loki. And it just keeps going around. That's what happens with some people. And then there's that second group that they have a dream, they have a passion. They go after what it is that they've made their mind up to go after. They do what it is that they want to do. They wake up in the morning with an agenda, and when they lay down at night, they make sure everything is done. I thought about it, I said, what's the difference between the two groups? Because guess what? We were all created with a purpose, with a dream, with a talent. It is inside of us. But I was able to recognize both groups. I was able to recognize both groups because I was a part of both of those groups. When I was in foster care in my early years, I was at A group, that first group. My whole purpose was to survive. I woke up every morning on a survival mode. Because the one question that was in my head, okay, today are they going to come pick me up and take me to another foster home? Am I going to see one of those people, that little brown bag in the pack, so I can go to the next place? That was my whole purpose every day. So I didn't have a dream. I didn't know about dreams. I didn't know about goals. I didn't know about visions. And that's why when I speak to young people, I talk about having a dream. It is so important and it's so necessary. Why? Because I can get, if I lose a house, I can get a house back. If I lose a car, I can get another car. If I lose clothing, I can get more clothing. If I lose money, I can get money back. I can get more money. But guess what I can't get back? I can't get back time. When time is gone, time is gone. And so what happens with time is that yesterday ended last night at 11:59 p.m. What time did today start?
12 a.m.
12 o'clock a.m. So, whatever happened in the past, it's already gone by. When you walked in, the time that you walked in this morning in this building and sat in your seats, that time is already gone, and you cannot get it back. So you want to use all of the opportunities that you have. Good. Oh, you can go back one. So the power of choice. The power of choice is really important, and that's one of the things that you have. And I know some of you that are under 18 say, well, there's not a whole lot I can do. No, there is a whole lot you can do. There's a lot you can do, even though you're under 18. You have the power of choice. You can make a decision about what kind of life you want. That's really up to you. I know that you have things outside of you, you have circumstances, atmospheres, situations, but you make the determination and the decision about what you want your life to be. Because your life, when you make a choice, your choice is based on what you believe. Every choice you make tells you and others what you believe about yourself. And so, what you believe about yourself, it will show up in everything that you do. And one of the things that Michael Jordan said, there we go, power of PowerPoint, automation. You have to expect things of yourself before you can do them. So before you can do anything, you have to have an expectation. And that expectation, that power of choice, is the one that's going to move you forward. And so when you're dreaming big and you decide that you don't want to settle, what you believe about yourself, this is what my coach tells me. What I believe creates my thoughts, which creates my feelings, which creates my words, which creates my actions. It all begins with what you believe. So whatever you believe about yourself, that's the thoughts you're going to have about yourself. That's the feelings you're going to have about yourself. That's the words you're going to use about yourself. Words are energy, they have a lot of power, and that is the action that you are going to take. It's really something that's totally and completely all up to you. And it's up to you based on the power of choice. So when you've made a decision that I don't want to settle, that I'm going to dream big, that I'm going to be more than what I have come from. How many remember the movie Titanic, Avatar, Terminator? We know these movies, but the film director behind them is James Cameron. Now, he grew up in Canada, in this little small town there. And he said there was nothing in my town that said we could do anything of significance. But there was also nothing that said we couldn't. So regardless what people tell you you can or cannot do, this is where your power of choice comes in, and you make a decision about what it is that you want to do. Because everyone was born to dream big, you're born to be successful, you are born to be magnificent. That's what you're born to do. You're not born to just exist and just to live life. You want to take it to the next level. And guess what? There are people waiting for your big dream to happen. The reason I know that is because the clothes you're wearing, it started with somebody's dream. You went to the store, they had the dream, they supersized the dream by marketing it. It went to the store, you went to the store, or somebody went to the store, and they bought it. And you now have it, and you're wearing it. Everything that you see, everything that you touch has started